Hi, it's Mitz from My Life Mitz. Thank you so much for stopping by. In this video, I thought I would share with you some of my tips for journaling in my Traveler's Notebook. I've been receiving a lot of great feedback about the Traveler's Notebook journaling sessions. So the first tip is to add color or color in general. You can see here I have a blank page, but I've stamped ahead of time, and I'm just using some distress stains. This one here is an antique linen, and this one is unfortunately has turned on me, so the color isn't really the same as it used to be, but I used to really love this color. This is an example of how I use the distress stains. I just splashed a bit of color on the page. I use my stamps as well, and of course stickers. And here's an example of a watercolor palette that I purchased, and I based the colors on that watercolor palette. So now that the paint is dry, I'm ready to write, and I write in little snippets. So that would be my tip number 2. So what I mean by snippets, I usually do this throughout the day. I sit down and open up my notebook. It could be something like a quote like this. It could be the weather, just how I'm feeling, really short, quick sentences of things that I did during the day. So it doesn't have to be too difficult. So that's what I like to do when I have a bit of downtime. Even if it's just 5 minutes, I can just sit down and write something small. In this particular video, I am using the Uniball Signo DX in 0.38, and this is in the color khaki. I sometimes like to use ink color that's kind of matching the color theme, but not always. I particularly like this khaki color as it's not too in your face, and it kind of blends into the pages. I forgot to mention that you see me writing all of these snippets all in one go. It's because I guess I saved them so that I could film this video, but usually I would open up the notebook and I would just write one little snippet and then close it up. But for the purpose of this video, I'm just sitting down here and writing a whole bunch at the same time. So now I am ready for adding some elements such as stickers, washi tape, stamps, things like that. I like to use this sticker book. I've made a video on it. If you're interested, I will leave the link down below. And I just flip through the pages to see if there's anything that catches my attention. Maybe I'm talking about some type of food and then I see a food sticker, I can use something like that. But yeah, I just flip through these pages to see if there's something that I can use. With regards to stamping, I stamp in advance, so you'll see these blank pages here and some random stamps. I usually use stamps from my friends when we meet up, and they're just really nice pops of surprises, I suppose. On these pages are my lovely sticker and washi tape clusters. I absolutely love layering stamps and washi and stickers, and you'll see some examples here. Don't ever be afraid to write through the spine and onto the other page. It kind of adds a bit of character in my opinion. It doesn't always have to be in that one specific column. I just have a rule for myself, and that is the day that I'm writing about is the column that I start writing on. So if I'm going to write about the 28th, I'll start writing on the column of the 28th, and I can always write across the days 29th, 30th, and so on. I hope that makes sense. So now I have my stamps out and I am going to stamp my page. So I'm backtracking a little bit here, but you'll see I stamp my page, and because I have my stamps out, I decide to stamp the blank pages in advance. And I don't know about you, but I don't always have my stamps out, so I feel like it's okay to stamp those pages in advance. I even go back several pages and look through some of the journaling to see if I can stamp anywhere else. So now that I'm finished stamping and adding my little embellishments here and there, I move on to adding some ephemera. So that would be my fourth tip. I don't know about you, but I like to keep packaging sometimes, and I know it will make my journal really bulky, but little business cards and little tags. That little yellow tag is actually from packaging from a journal that I purchased, a junk journal that I purchased, and it just kind of brings me memories, I suppose, so I'd like to keep them in my journal. So this is what this week looks like, or how it turned out. You see there I have tipped in the Traveler's Factory business card, and I've used that yellow flower to kind of keep it down or keep it closed. And that's how I usually work on a day-to-day basis, or on a week basis, I suppose. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some ideas, some inspirations on how you can journal throughout the week, or how you can work in your traveler's notebook. I know sometimes it can be a little daunting, especially if you're just starting off. I get a lot of questions on how to start off, so I'm going to leave this video here, show you more of my washi clusters and ephemera clusters, and I hope you enjoy this video. Please feel free to share with your friends, like and subscribe, and I will see you soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.